Okay, I'm Stinging Dead Dave Overbee, the Killer Bee. What I'm teaching is the habits. It's all about the habits. The right formality is learning the right habits. Habits is everything. The basics is everything. Everything is the basics. But you stick with the basics. Forget all this nonsense, this magical, mystical, supernatural, baloney bullshit. It's not about that. It's about fighting smarter, not harder. If you train right, you're going to have it, but you have to be focused. It's all about focused on what you're doing. You go slow and easy, the power and speed's going to come natural. You're going to get faster and faster and faster in a very short time, as opposed to taking years learning the bad habits and then you're trying to break them, and it takes forever, because once you have a habit, you're stuck with it. Don't get stuck learning the wrong stuff. You come in there, this bag here is an 80-pound bag. This is the kind of bag you want. It's good for most any weight, any size. You hang it just a little above your head on the 4 chains that come off it, hooked to one linkage, one. That way the bag will retaliate. It will come back and forth in place. You're not hitting a bag that's on a foot chain, 2 foot, 3, 10, 12, 15 foot, like you find in most of these dojos and most of these boxing clubs, and you're out here hitting it all over the place and you're chasing after it. You're building the wrong habits. You want to build the right habits from the very get-go. You get a bag like this. This is a good bag. And then you don't beat it to death. You don't smash and bash into it and all that. You just tap and tag the bag. The power and speed, as I keep telling you, will come by itself. It'll come and become a natural reflex, a thoughtless reaction with every action. As the bag comes back, you're moving in and out with the bag like this. And then you step in and around like you see me doing here. You come in, you hit it at the hips, bash the other side, come around, you roll into it with your L'Oreal Bronco Buckaroo. You come in like this, and you tap and tag the bag. That's all you have to do. And you're going to get the power and speed by itself. And you grab it, you twist it, you grab one side, push the other side, grab it back and forth, where you push him off his hips, or you smash him off the hips. It's down here, come in and around, come up and down, come in. Then you push him with the back side of your arm. Soon after you hit him here, come in and push him with this elbow, where you push him down here at the hip, always spinning him off his feet. Take him off his feet when you roll into him. Come in, get him down here, up here, come in, and you grab him with both hands. You get him down here, but you push and you shuffle your feet. When you do this, that you can maneuver him around, pull him off his feet down here. As you get him, you push into him first on one side, pull on the other, go back and forth like this, where you're always grabbing, twisting, spinning, jerking, and tossing and throwing him. But you don't want to just get up topside fight, where he's anchored, he can fight you off. So how about the muscle hustle? That's what they fight on, muscle hustle. Don't be a muscle hustle fighter. You gotta have a fair amount of muscle. You don't have to be Hercules, Superman, Iron Man, or King Kong, or any of them. You just have to come in tight to yourself with the leverage. The leverage is your muscle. He's throwing his hand at me. One thing I want to do is flip over like this, pull it down behind me, not in front of me, because it's saying to slip up. You hit your back. As it releases, you're back here and you swing like a baseball bat over his shoulder like this. Or you use your elbow to come in, then you come back with this part. And with this part and this part, not the elbow, not the bony part. You bam, bam, come up, bam, bam. You always mix up, but you're not trading punches, clashing hands, okay? And then when you're down here, grab him at the hip, pull him, back into him, push him away. Okay, here he is, he's right here. So I hit him down here, I'm knocking him off his hips, take him off his feet. But then I'm going to grab him, twist, bash the other, and then I push him away, locked into myself right in here. So I push him away. This one's always protecting me. So if he's coming to hit me, my hand's right there tapping away. I don't want to be out here fly swatting, trying to wait for him to throw something, and then he fakes it. And I go like this, and now he pull back, and now he's over me hitting me. You always let these hands come over your head and lift them like you're curling weights between your hands. Or you push them off your shoulder or rake them behind like this, come up, over, grab, twist. Then if he kicks, smash his leg on one side, the one in front, come on the other one, bam, 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 bam. Or if the leg's out there long enough, hit it a couple times, hit down with your elbow, come back into his gut. It's easy if you build the right habits, but you got to stay focused while training. You have to see this on the bag. You have to see it having legs, arms, and you'll see me train on the bag. It's me doing this a lot of times where I'm not hitting, but I see the hands when I'm looping over. I throw them out, I come back around, but I always pull these hands in. I don't leave them out here where he gets my arms and throws it. I loop over his hand, I throw it out just like this, and this. It's easy. Come up under, come over and under like this. As you throw his hands this way, or you come over this way and this way. But you're always pulling them down with the leverage, not the muscle. Fight smarter, not harder. It's not about the muscle hustle, it's about the muscle memory. The muscle memory, if you build these into a habit, you'll sooner have it than to never have it. So many good fighters would be good fighters. They fight on muscle hustle, and that's all they fight. There's other guys fighting on muscle hustle, that's how they win. But if they fight someone that knows what he's doing, they're going to have a hard time because they're going to have so many bad habits, they're going to get the shit knocked out of them, and they're fighting 10 times harder than they have to. It's not about pulling them down like this from out here. You have to be right here. Pull his hand down, you loop over, or you come over his hand like this. His hand's coming on mine. I'll push it and push it out, and then I'll come right back in and around like this. Bam, 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 bam. Now I'll dig up under his arms if they're up and bust him up in the kidneys or ribs and so forth. But it's easy if you do the correct habits. If you do the wrong habits, it's going to take you years and years and years to get out of that habit. And I've still got bad habits from when I was early in my prime. They taught me so many things that were wrong. They taught me to hop in on my toes, hop around. They taught me to hop in and hop out. You don't want to do that. You want to chase after it, but you want to be in tight where you have the leverage, and you always want one foot in front and one behind it, and you always shuffle on the outside, not come straight into them. You don't do that. You come in like this, and you bend the knees every time where you drop down. You lift his hands, pull over him, come under his hand, and come over. Come under his hand, come over, come smack and whack. Grab, twist, spin, jerk, toss. Do the backhand hand grenade to his groin or the back elbow stab or the weed eater. If your arms are always going in circles and coming up like this, when he throws this, his hands will slip down. And if he's throwing his hand and you just do this, it's right there to push it off, but lower the arm. You can push it or lift it out of the way. But you always want to be grabbing, twisting, and then you come into his gut this way, and you shuffle your feet. You make these arms move you up and down, in and around where you step in and around him, like so forth. See what I'm saying? Here he is. He's right here. I move in and around him as I bash him with my hip, my ass, and I hit him on the legs. When he lifts his legs up, smash down on the leg that's on the easiest side to get. I'll come back in with a propeller coming into his gut, come up to his face, in. But I don't clash hands and trade punches. You don't want to be doing that. You want to always be set free. You want to be loose, lean, and mean to come in like a fighting machine. And then you want to constantly be grabbing at one side of the hip and push with the arms in. Push him with this. But you want to be here. You don't want to be out here doing it. You want to step into him. And then when you do, you grab behind him, pull him, and push with the other one. Pull him and push. Pull him and push. Pull him and push. Now you push him on one side, pull him on the other. Then you push him back this way, pull and push. if you're pushing and backing him up, he can't, or you do the rodeo bronco buckaroo, where you hit him with one side of your ass, one side of your cheek, the other side, pull your shoulder up, come down with the whole butt down into his legs here. And if you do that, you hit back up, you hit back up. Now you're hitting him down here near the knees, or just above his knees. On one side you hit him in the middle, and you hit him up here where you roll your shoulders up into him like this, and this, and this. And then you throw a lot of these back elbow stabs, twisting yourself. But you gotta get in the habit of doing it. It ain't gonna happen right away. It's gonna feel very awkward in the beginning, but after a while it becomes second nature. It becomes an instinct that becomes so easy, it's just not funny. Okay, and this backhand hand grenade is very powerful. This is how I defeat the hands and feet with my technique. I spin like a roller propeller. I spin myself out of his pad. As he starts to lift, bam, I hit him right here. I'm right here with him. Smash him there, flip across and smash the other leg. Or I'll smash him here, come over and smash the end of it. I hit him here and here, or I hit him here and then over here. Either way, it works, and then you come up, and you always, and that paralyzes him. When you hit him here with the backhand hand grenade and a back elbow stab on the other leg or even the same leg, it don't matter. You're going to cripple him. And that's when you start coming in with the backhand hand grenade to his groin, the weed eater. But you're always coming in up and down, always covered up with a force field. You're not going to be getting clobbered, because if you punch behind the ear, he comes in and hits you, you're already there. And if he ain't there, and you come up, you just push it off from behind, but bring your arm up high enough that you don't try to catch it with your hand. Catch it with your whole arm, or part of the arm, and as you push it off, this part's going to come up, and then you can loop over his hands, throw it out this way, throw it out that way. Get in, stay in, fight in tight, so fight right. I'm Stinging Dead Dave Overby, alias Crazy Davey. Dave Overby, the Killer Bee. Good luck.